All right, John McCaig here, JesusChristTrust.net. And so I titled this Sunday show at noon, New Life. New Life. Mayor Baba had a part of his journey where he called it the New Life. And of course, the New Testament is where Jesus shows up in the story. So, new life. And everyone wants a new life, right? They want their life to go to God. So it's a new life. You get it? A new life. New Testament life. So that's what this is about. Everyone wants a new life, and your new life is actually has to come with death. When I say no one could die, yeah, actually everyone has to experience death the way I have to come all the way to God. And so you could do it before Judgment Day, and God puts you back in the body. That's what I've had to do two separate times, right? On the fourth plane and going to the seventh plane at the end. You know, when you enter the realm of being able to do miracles, God stops your heart, stops your breathing, stops all that, meets with you. And this is God, uh, the formless, shall we say, the non individualized in a body type form of God, but like God the Father, um, God meets with you on the fourth plane when he's like, okay, I trust you to, give you the power of miracles. And then at the end of the journey, when you get Krishna, Christ consciousness, God realization, and so on, you meet with like the avatar aspect of God, um, like in a human form, you know? That's when you meet with that aspect of God and also the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You meet with them when you get God realization. As so that's what I've done. And then you get put back in the body. Both of those two events, Mayor Baba has like an Indian name, Samadhi, and that's what his tomb is named, Samadhi. So that's why the pilgrimage is to the tomb. You see what I'm saying? It's named, his tomb is named after the process of your body stops working, you meet with God. It's named from that process, that interaction with God. It's named after that. That's why it's a pilgrimage place. And if it doesn't happen to you, well, there are more actions that you have to do because samadhi, not like being able to do it as a yogic power, or an ability where you can just go into the bliss, um, but as an automatic reaction to your actions, right? Karma is real based on your actions. And so it's a karmic event. It's based on the total of your actions up to that point. If you go into samadhi when you touch the tomb, and if you meet with God, like I have, it's a outcome of your actions. It's an automatic event. It's when Mayor Baba talks about the new life, he said, even if no one was here to live it, the new life would still be here. Meaning that the law of Dharma, common law, the common law that's common to everyone is laid down in here by God. And so your actions are what trigger the outcome of it. You see what I'm saying? Even if the new life, right? So, what is the new life? If you look at it into Mayor Baba and what he did during the new life, and that's what I want to talk about today, some, he went around with a bunch of his disciples and he begged for his food. That's literally what they did. They begged for, like, can we stay here? Can we have some food, like that? So for more than 10 years, I begged for everything I have that I didn't take from the bankers. I begged from people. Like, I come on here and beg and say, well, do you want my help? You have to donate. You see what I say? I come with my hands out. If you don't donate, well, you don't want God realization. If you don't want to put food in my hands, a roof over my head, Okay, I understand that you don't want God realization, and so no new life for me, no guiding it. It won't happen, so it won't happen to you, because it has to happen through the spiritual hierarchy. Like I was sent, to go to the tomb by my perfect master. He was the top of the hierarchy until I took that position, which he led me to. The five perfect masters, but really one for me is the one that said, okay, now go take a pilgrimage to that tomb. And I did. And the first time I touched that tomb, the very first moment I did it, that's when it happened to me. That second, boom. I go down, I kneel, I sign my name, I stand up, try to leave, enter samadhi, right? Heart stops, breathing stops, automatically out of my mouth. It's an automatic thing came out of my mouth that says, Mir Baba is God. It's automatic. God takes over your body, and then this experience happens. Okay. So that's the new life. You have to beg. And I'm showing people for more than a decade now, all I've done is beg for everything I have. Do I give something back? I think I give a lot more back than what people put in my hands. I think, I give you a contract, right? At least you're going to go to heaven. At least that, right? At least if you follow, Jesus Christ's two commandments, love God and love your brothers and sisters. If you could do those two things, your worst outcome is going to heaven and you won't die. No one's died to sign this contract. Follow those two commandments. No one's dying. You see what I'm saying? And that's not even all the other financial stuff that I teach people and all that, right? And I teach 100% of the truth, right? This is everything that's hidden, everything, everything. So I teach all that information, and that's what I return to you for my begging. You see what I'm saying? So that's the new life. Why is begging part of the new life? Because the ego, everything, that you made it to here, right, in time. Your ego got you there. It's a necessary component of what we are to get us where we are right now. It's necessary. It's completely necessary. Like, it's hard. You got to think about this stuff. You have to be like, oh, what's true, what's not true. You know what I mean? You don't remember, but you come through all the animal forms, you come through all these human forms. Consciousness is never lost after all your lifetimes. And here you are in this life, your memory got wiped. You're sitting here and you're doing your best. And, it's from your previous lifetimes, because consciousness is never lost, right? You're who you are, right? That doesn't change. So I could teach you up to a certain point, and everyone stops at some certain point. I keep pushing and pushing everyone until they reach a point where oh, I can't, I have fear, I can't do this. I can't move past that. You know what I mean? And that's the point of where all your previous lifetimes got you to that point. So you could get there easily. You move through that. Oh, this truth, that truth. I'll do this and so on. Some of it feels pretty easy. And then you're hanging out with me. And then eventually you're like, oh no, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta work on that. I gotta process this. Hold on, give me a minute. And that's the point where you reach to previous lifetimes. You see what I'm saying? And so you're like, wait a second, I got to work on that. See, that's where that if you come under my guide, I mean, if you choose me as your guide, and you come up to that point, I get you to there, but you're still in a body. You see what I'm saying? You still have work to do, or else you wouldn't be in a body right now. You follow? So you get to that point, and then you got to work to get past those things that are still there. So the ego is like the center core of who you are, you see? And it's, what thoughts are sent to, it's what is being read. It's like your mind, it's like the center point of your mind and all your past actions and information and all that stuff. It's like the center point of that, you know? You know who you are. I'm this, you know your name, you know who you are, you know your morals, ethics, you know who you are. The ego is that like kernel of who you are, but it has to go. Okay, it got you to here. but you want to go somewhere else. You see what I say? You want to leave here. You want to leave the body. You want to reunite with God. You don't want to feel a separation from God anymore. So that ego has to leave. You see? That whole I am this, I know what I am. I know what I am. But you don't know that you're not separate from God because you're not living that experience because you didn't meet with God yet. And so the first thing you have to do is meet with the devil, right? Because you try to get to God, and God in duality throws a shadow here, right? So who's playing the part of the devil? God is, of course. And so you meet with the shadow first, and the shadow's like, hey, easy, what are you trying to do up here? Hey, come back. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And that kind of like slows you down and so on. Like you meet with the devil right before the end, and then there's some more time passes where your actions have to be true, and then eventually after that you have the experience of meeting with God. Okay, because your actions have to, like Jesus in the Bible, Jesus Christ in the Bible, he, as Mayor Baba told him, the devil did not tempt Jesus. Jesus made the devil tempt him by his actions. You see what I'm saying? By your actions, the devil shows up and is like, hey, easy. It gives you a temptation, right? Hey, come back. Money, whatever it is, right? Hey, get this job, get this position. The devil knows exactly what might sway you. But Jesus set that whole thing up, just like I set the whole thing up to meet with the devil. I went into the bank with a trust. So I'm like, let's see if God is real. Let's see what's going to happen here, right? Let's see if they kill me. And so I set that whole thing up, went to the death, went ready to chase bank. Let's see. The devil's like, I come on, how about $485 million? All you got to do is not do this today. All the money, and then that's just the first payment. Well, you work for my real estate development company in Las Vegas, and we'll have all these developments, right? We'll carve up the whole place. Come on, all the kingdoms of the earth. Let's do it. It's not just this little payment of today. You run the whole place. What? Come on out to Vegas. I'm like, no. Thank you for the offer. The answer is no. I set it up. I set it up by my actions. You see what I'm saying? So by my begging and helping other people. Okay, so I'm laying down this information so that I can get to what I want to talk to you about, so you can think about this, so I can talk to you about a way to beg in this lifetime yourself and help yourself get away from this ego thing and come to God. If you really want God realization, if you really want your pilgrimage to mean something, if you really want to get to God, the way to do it is the new life. And there's not going to be another way. God laid down the law for the new life, New Testament. You have to beg to get there. That's it, right? You already give up everything. I made it real easy. Let me sign the trust and everything goes back to God. Yeah, that I made that easy, but it's really kind of like too easy, isn't it? Nothing really happened. You didn't see the devil. So how can you got to go to the new life. You got to beg, literally beg for food. And so that's what I want to get into today. Because begging removes ego, right? Everyone's like, this guy, right? He thinks he knows the truth. I'm like, I've been begging for over 10 years, really just begging, only begging. Like I beg here, hey, if I don't get donations, that means nobody wants the truth. You don't want me doing this work. I know it's supporting me, so I'll move on. You see, I'll just move on. Hey, no, there's no interest. And I'm not like Acts 5 in the New Testament. And Acts 5, right? There's a husband and wife. They come to the apostles. In other words, Jesus Christ is gone. He's not there. And so the apostles are there. Okay, we're gonna do what Jesus said, and we're gonna run this church, and all the people that want to be in this church and live this new life, this New Testament life, the way Jesus Christ laid it down. You have to give up everything and give it to us. If you hold anything back, right, you're going to die. You're going to die. You don't get eternal life. You die. And so this husband and wife come, right? And a husband comes in a closed room, and brings the money that the husband had, but the husband and wife had made a separate pact. Oh, they sold some land and they kept some money back. Hey, let's not get into this whole thing, right? Let's give a whole bunch, but let's save some for us. Okay. That's smart, right? And so the husband comes in and the apostle says, "Hey, is this everything?" And the guy said, "Yeah, it's everything." And he said, "Listen, listen, rethink what you're saying. You see what I'm saying? Is this everything?" And he'd say, "Yeah, yeah, no, it's everything. Everything in there. It's fine." He'd say, "You sure? This is your last chance. If you have anything left, you have to put it there. And we'll redistribute it to everyone according to their needs." That's what they said. In other words, the apostle, the spiritual hierarchy, will take on your karma, right? We'll take your money, we'll put the weight on our shoulders so you don't have to carry it anymore. And that will allow the weight to be removed of your karma, and you could come to Jesus Christ. And you'll be part of this flock that ends up with God at the end of this game, and you will have eternal life. You won't be killed. And so the guy's like, "Yeah, yeah, no, that's everything. That's everything." And what happens next? He dies instantly, right at that moment. Instantly dead. They're like, "Tried to tell you." You know what I'm saying? We try to tell you. No eternal life if you hold anything back? And so, but it's deeper than that, really, isn't it? Because you're giving over your life, your body, the things that you have. You're returning it to sender. You see to say, "Hey, God, everything's yours. Take it back." You see to say it? And there is a spiritual hierarchy. I see it. So I'm giving to them. In other words, Jesus chose them as his apostles, chose them. You see? So how can they not be the right ones? What Jesus did, no, he's wrong. What? No. You see, so they were doing exactly what Jesus Christ said. Make everything, make everyone give everything to you, and then distribute it the way you need to, and then they will have eternal life. And then at the end, they'll come to God. Okay. So next part of that passage in the New Testament, that's when the wife comes in. Same discussion, same things goes on. She wasn't in there. She doesn't know the husband's dead. She doesn't know that. And so she comes in, "Yeah, no, that's everything. That's everything." But, she kept some in her heart, right? She's keeping her ego's like, "Hey, he holds some back. We can't really all the way trust God. Wait a second. This process doesn't seem right. Let's hold some back just in case, just in case we're going to be careful and we'll hold some back. Don't give it all back to God. No, let's just be careful. How will God know, right? Like God doesn't know everything. What are you talking about? How you breathe it? What do you do it in a body? How'd you get here? God doesn't know. Stupid. So she goes to the same thing. The apostles like, "Is that everything? Are you sure that's everything? You sure that's everything?" Yeah, yeah. No, that's everything. That's everything. Last final chance. If it's not everything, you're gonna die. And she's like, "No, that's everything." They're like, "Okay." She drops dead instantly. Whoops. Lying about giving everything to God. Whoops. Right? And so then if you give everything to God, then how are you going to eat? You see what I'm saying? Well, wait a minute. Don't the birds eat? Right? Don't the birds eat? Don't all the animals that exist here? Don't the fish eat? Doesn't everything eat? Right? Don't the plants grow? How does that happen? God watches over everything, and that's how it happens. Well, you're saying God's not going to watch over you? What? Come on. Don't understand. They didn't understand. You see? So that's what I want to talk about today is this concept of new life. You have to get rid of the ego. So this is my recommendation for people. You want to get rid of the ego, right? I'm not sitting here and say, give everything to me. I'm not doing that because people couldn't do that. And I don't want your karma like that. I just simply don't want it. No, you got to earn it. You got to earn your way in. You have to earn it. You see what I'm saying? You have to beg. You have to beg. You have to learn how to beg. Mayor Baba was said, have people come to, I want God realization, right? This one guy, Mayor Bob was like, "Oh, okay, you have a business." So he's like, "Yeah, I still have this business. What do you want me to do?" You know? He's like, "Well, you got to give up everything, and then you can come to me, and then I'll watch over you." And he's like, "Sure, I'll do that." He says, "Okay, go back to your hometown, and if anyone ever speaks to you, this is what you say to them: I haven't sold my business yet. And don't say nothing else. Just say, I haven't sold my business yet." And so he's like, "What?" No, go do it. And so he had to go back to his hometown and live there until his business is sold. Right? And so whenever someone would talk to him, he hated going through the streets or would do whatever he did and living his life because anybody's, say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "I haven't sold my business yet." They're like, "I'm just saying hi. Hi." He's like, "I haven't sold my business yet." And they're like, "What is wrong with this? What's wrong with you?" You see? He's like, "I haven't sold my business yet." They're like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "I haven't sold my business yet." You're like, What are you talking about your business for? What are you talking about?" So everybody thinks he's totally crazy. And he didn't even, I think he didn't even end up selling his business. He had to like give it away because everybody's like, this dude must have the crappiest business ever. He can't even sell his business, so he's out there telling everyone. So his ego is absolutely crushed in this process. You see what I'm saying? That's the way that Bear Baba chose for him to have that happen. So what am I talking about here? Okay, I go get free food. Like they don't make cooked food around me, somewhere where you could go get a meal somewhere. They don't have that in Florida. Maybe they have that around you, but Florida is really nice. It's warm. And so everyone that's homeless wants to come to Florida. So they have no like side perks of any kind, nothing like that. You get your EBT, and in some places you can go to like a food bank on certain days and they'll give you free food if you wait in line, you know? And sometimes the line is 2 hours. uh so sometimes it's shorter, and sometimes they have a whole bunch of food that you don't even want to eat or nothing, like you end up with some free food. But what happens, right? First of all, where do they get this food, right? All the food just pops out of the ether. So they got it for free. Like everything in here that we pay for, comes here for free. So you're like, "Oh, I don't want to take free food because someone else might not have food." No, that's no. God makes plenty of food. It all pops out of the ether for the entire population what isn't grown. People don't grow enough, right? Yes, some of that happens. That's called organic, things that people have grown. And the rest of it, right? That just pops out of the ether. Most everything in every grocery store just pops out of the ether. Okay. So there's two groups at a food bank, right? There's the ones who's giving out the food, and there's the ones who's taking the food. Both of them, both groups, right? Both individuals in both groups are still in a body. They haven't reached God realization. They still need to do that. So when I go, right, I'm playing the role of accepting the food. Thank you for the free food. Okay. And so everyone there is like, "Oh, I'm helping these poor, unfortunate people." Their ego is like, it's not being helped at all giving this free food away. So when I go and speak to them, I pray for them. You see me on video. I pray for them. Uh, May you earn your feathers and wings. You see? Thanks for the food. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we haven't earned our feathers and wings yet. We still got work to do." Because their ego's like, "Oh, these poor unfortunate people. I did so good today. I helped them." No, you're still in a body. They know they're fallen angels. And so what? Your whole charade, I take it away from them. They're like, "Good morning." I'm like, "No, I'm here to take away your morning. I'm gonna pray for you in the name of Jesus Christ." They're like, sometimes they're like, thanks, you know, but they actually need those prayers or else they're not going to move forward. And they need those prayers. Why? To get rid of their ego, to tell them, you haven't earned your way out of here yet. You got to keep earning your way out of here. The ego shrinks as I pray for them. You see what I'm saying? That's why I go for them, not to get free food for me. I go to help them. I pray for them and shrink their ego. You think you're better than me because you're handing me food? You think you're better than these poor people because you're handing them food? You're not. It's the opposite. Your ego is inflating. It's not helping them. Not unless I go there and make that prayer for them. You see them, they're like, oh, shoot, I still got work to do. You know what I mean? Like that helps them because they have to look inward. Oh, well, maybe I'm not so much better than the people that are poor and hungry, because I think I'm better. So the ego has to go home and deal with that. Oh, he knows I'm a fallen angel and he knows I still got work to do. Yeah, I know. And so it'll pray for you. So that helps do that. So, and, so that's that side. And the other part, which you could do, you can play both parts in this, but it's best to play the begging part. You go, you fill out the form, you get a card, you do whatever the process is in your area. You look up a schedule, you go and you humble yourself and you hang out or you wait in line and you hang out with these poor people and you pray for them. Not just the ones handing out the food, but you pray for the other people who are next to you in line. Oh, let me pray for you in the name of Jesus Christ. And you get handed the free food and you leave and your ego shrinks in the process, right? And you're in service of God. You go there to pray for them, right? I'll tell you, not many people could go get in that line. No, no, no. People that are doing this work, oh, hey, I got the trust, I did the credit, I did this, I did that. Do they get the free food in line? No, but that's like the most spiritually helpful thing they could do because their ego shrinks. If your ego is still aside, God is not coming in. You're not going to feel a oneness with God because your ego is the thing that's blocking that process. Your vessel isn't empty of your ego. When it empties, then God comes in. The Holy Spirit comes in. Oh, you're filled with God. Until that point, can't happen. It can't happen. That's why the new life is one of the last things that Mayor Baba did in his life is doing the new life with other people. He did it. He went begging himself like I do. I go begging myself. I beg all the time. That's all I do 7 days a week is beg. Right? If you give me this money, I'll give you this. You see, I'm begging. I'm begging. You follow? That's the only way I eat. If I'm begging, if someone gives me money, gives me food, whatever. That's the only way I receive anything for more than 10 years unless I go and totally, crush my credit and take it from the bankers. That's the only way I've received any money for more than a decade. Who could say the same? That's part of the process of getting God realization. It's part of the process. Like if you haven't done it, you're going to go on pilgrimage, nothing's going to happen because you didn't do that part. You see what I'm saying? You didn't do it. It's part of the game. It's not like God's going to make that not part of it. Yes. Has to happen because the ego gets crushed. See what a practical method to prepare for God realization. You go get in the food line and you pray for the people around you, the ones handing it out and the ones in line. And if somebody next to you is like, hungry and needs a sweater. And like the last time I went, woman was hungry and needed a sweater, didn't have no place to live. Someone gave her a sweater. I gave her a ride to go get some food. They gave her a McDonald's card for like $10 at McDonald's. So we get to McDonald's. So I'm like, just keep your card. Let me get your food for McDonald's. What do you want? She's like, orders her food. I take her where she wanted to go, and that was it. I didn't do it so I could tell that story about, oh, look at me, I'm so good. I'm telling you the information because when I went there and who was in line next to me, that's just what she needed right then. That's who was there. That's who God sent, right? To fix my karma, to fix, to to show you what to do. Like if I don't perform the actions up here, I don't get God realization. I already have it. But if I'm not doing what needs to be done, I'm not teaching anyone anything. You see that? Oh, I'm first in the hierarchy. If I'm not doing it, if I'm not showing what needs to be done, I, I'm of no value to anyone, right? I'm not showing you what really should be done. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for, only to show you. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. God sends you the right thing to do, and you do it. That's it. God is balancing your accounts by actions. Who's creating these actions? God is, by making these things happen around you. So you trust God and you're like, oh, I'll do the right thing right now. And it is whatever it is. You know it's right when you're sitting wherever you are. So you do what's right. Period. So I'm trying to give you a practical method that you can do wherever you are and go get free food and get in that line. I don't care how much, you got in a bank account in a trust or you got a debit card or whatever. That don't matter. You're supposed to give it all to God. So now you're hungry. You should be like, oh, I need some food for the day. You see what I'm saying? That's all God's money. That's all God's home. That's all God's stuff. You're there as a tenant now, as a trustee. God trusts you to be there. So if you could go get some food that pops out of the ether, maybe there's someone there you could pray for. That should be your work. And your ego gets, shrinks every time you go. That's a practical method to do the new life. You follow? Practical. Can do it. You could do it now. You could do it tomorrow. Look up the schedule at your area. Where can you get free food? Maybe you have cooked food at your area. They really don't have it hardly anywhere in Florida where someone could get a meal. Like in my area, Salvation Army shut down all the services of every kind. We don't want no people coming. This area is all a bunch of rich people. So yeah, no, we don't want the homeless here. We don't want the poor here. They make it hard for the poor to be there. So the people that are poor standing in line for food, they need God's help. I go and pray for them for real. They need God's help. That's what they need. So please, God, help them out. Our prayers is what God listens to if it comes from your heart. She needs help. Are you going to listen? Come on, God. Of course, God is listening. Of course. What? Who else is listening? Who else is watching? Who else is weighing every single action? And then judgment day happens. Who else is doing that? God is. God is watching you and everyone. Well, what? God can't watch everything all the time? Well, how come those two people dropped dead at Acts 5 in the Bible? What are you talking about? No, God is the one creating this whole thing. You don't understand the nature of God if you think you're hiding something from God. Oh, I'm going to hide this. What? No, I'm going to hide my ego from God. Your ego is like, oh, let me just hide over here. This sounds like this might be a little too much for me. Yeah, no, don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You see, new life is real. You have to get rid of the ego. You have to beg for food. If you don't do it, you're not getting God realization. You're going to reincarnate. And that is that. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I don't make the game. That's not me. I'm the one that won the game. And so I'm trying to tell you how to win the game. That's all I'm trying to do. Uh, you could say no, like those two people did. No, then you die. Whoops. Don't make it to judgment day. It's like you didn't follow the 2 commandments. You're in here, you listened to the truth, but you didn't do it, so you die. That's it. Maybe you go to heaven. Okay, well, then you're going to reincarnate. You didn't get God realization. In other words, you didn't fully get rid of the separation from God. So you got to play the game again. Whoops, you were close. Go to heaven. Okay, try it again. Memory wiped. Am I going to be here? Are you going to listen to this again? Are you going to hear this again? No, this is your opportunity to do the right thing, to prepare the vessel that you want God to come in this vessel. That's the only one you get, right? Just this one. You get one body. This is like your one time. There's only so much time. TikTok, you got to prepare it, right? You're still here in a body. You didn't make it yet. You're not at the top of the spiritual hierarchy. I am. So I'm trying to tell you how to get there. How do you get to the equal location as I am? Anyone can do it. I figured out how to do it. I can tell you how to do it. That's it. Getting the EBT is a good first starting point for it, right? Okay, you can order food for free, have it delivered, get an EBT. It's almost $300 a month. That's a first step for, going out and getting free food. Both are good. They're both helpful. And they both pay money and give you food, right? Food's expensive. It's practical too. It's practical in every single way. You're not taking anything away from anyone. No. God is infinite. God pops everything out of the ether. So it's not like, oh, there's not going to be enough. What are you talking about? What? God feeds all the animals, all the fish in the sea. What are you talking about? There's not going to be enough. What? You can't have that thought. What do you, oh, God is limited. No, no, that's you, that you're limited. You just don't want to go beg for food, though. Don't do it. Maybe go to heaven. Don't win a game. That's it. All right, Pamela. No, you're fine. I'm hard to see here. Right? The devil wants me hidden. So you really gotta wanna see. It's okay, Pamela. You're doing great. You're very supportive. And I'm talking about go watch the video again when when it's done. That's okay. Uh and I appreciate your support and your family's support. I really do. This one, a lot of this show is about begging, which I do. And you hand me food and money as I beg. Means I could continue the work. Someone wants me to continue this work. Someone wants me to help them go to God. Okay, so then I'll keep doing it. Uh, so those are practical methods. EBT and beggar for food and praying for the people that are there properly. Each group, you see. Yeah, that's me begging more. You see what I'm saying, Pamela? And that's really, I'm already helped as much as I need with my ego doesn't exist anymore. I'm not separate from God. You see what I'm saying? So it's not me asking. You follow me? It's you understanding my situation, which you have a pretty good understanding of by your donations and stuff. It's you understanding and then donating. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just me asking. Me asking is me begging. I don't need to beg. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this begging to help other people to show them what they should be doing. And that's what this show is about. Uh the word is evil, right? Evil. We're trying to combat evil in here, good and evil. It's a battle of the game is good and evil. So while I'm in India, being a guide, helping people get to God, right? I have to suffer a lot. People have no idea. Al has been around me, so he could witness it. But people are not around me. Just they can never fathom what's happening. Blue shoes. What happens to relinquishing your social security number when you open this trust? You are using your social security number. It's not your social security number. What are you talking about? You relinquish that thought from your mind because it's not yours. They say it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. No, it's not. It's your person's, and they created the person. It is not your social security number. So all you got to do is release that thought from your mind, and it's released. Done. Gone. That's it. It's not yours. What are you talking about? Yours? Did you make your social security number? So that's mental programming, right? You're programmed like a slave. That's my slave number. What about that? How about you're not a slave? You're with Jesus Christ. You're trying to return to God. You're not a slave. You don't have a slave number. Your person does. It's a corporation. Get that thought out of your mind and then it's gone. You see what I'm saying? Then you can use that person to help yourself. A show is not you. You see, you're not programmed to think it's you. So you get an EBT card, get a free phone, do all those things to prove it's not you. And what can you do? Oh, yeah, I need a free phone. I need an EBT. I'm homeless. I blah, 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 blah. You see all that. What? Your ego shrinks as you say that. What? You could use pronouns. You could say me, mine, blah, 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 because that's what they give it to you. But in your mind, you know it's not yours. It's not you. It's not you doing it. You're doing it for your person. You have an understanding of reality, so it loses its traction on you. That's a really good question you had, because you have to let the programming leave you. You see, that's how you beat it, and then you start to use it for what it's worth, and then you show it has no right, it has no traction on you. I get an EBT is say I'm homeless, whatever. You say you're poor, or so on, so that you have nothing. Right? You give it all to God in a trust, and you say with your words, "Yeah, I have nothing. I'm homeless." Because you are. You want nothing here. You only want God. This is not our home. Our home is with God. So you say, "Yeah, this ain't my home. I don't have no home here. I have nothing." Your ego's like, "Yeah." But it's practical too. It's practical spiritually, it's practical financially, in every single way. You have to do it, or you're not going to be getting God realization. You have to, because this is the path that there is. There isn't another path. I found the path. I'm telling you what it is. Oh, don't do it then. Whatever. Then you won't get God realization. You won't do it. I laid down the path. I found it. God laid down the path that you have to walk it. If you don't walk it, you don't make it to God. That's it. It's not my game. I just won it. You see, it's not my game. I just won the game. It's not my game. I won the game, so I'm required to say, "Hey, everyone, this is how you win the game." That's all, right? That responsibility falls on my shoulder. This is how you do it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, but that was a great question. I hope you take that in and watch the rest of the video and see how it goes along with what I'm saying. Okay, they can have power over you. You see, they can't have this mental program, but I got to do this, I got to do that. No, I'm telling you what you got to do. You got to give up all that thought and programming, beg for food because you realize it just pops out of the ether. God feeds everyone. There's no shortage of food. And you go and pray for the people there. You're going for them. You're going to get free food, not for the free food. You're going to pray for the people handing it out, and you're going to pray for the people that need it. You're going to pray for them. That's why you're going, right? And your ego shrinks to the process. That's why you're going, though. Prayers are real. You get that. God is listening. So you're like, I can help them in this way the most by praying for them and going as your ego shrinks. Okay. Good question. What happens when you use the person's social security number because you use the social security number to open? Yeah. What happens is what you decide. In other words, if you're still asking questions, "Oh, what happens if I use this number?" It's not your number. It's not your slave number. We have a person. You're going to run it, right? You're authorized user. You're the author. So you're going to use it to your advantage. That's all. You didn't create it. It's not yours, right? But we have it. So you use it to shrink your ego and prepare for God realization. That's what you use it for. Well, with that logic, just use the social security number. Yeah. What's the point of then using the trust EIN? Because you have to give everything to God. You have to go through the process of giving everything back to your maker. Return to sender. It's all yours now. And then God trusts you because you're still in the body. You didn't make it out of the body. You still have to live here. You still have to pay bills. You still have to do that. What? You just have to do it the right way. Your actions have to be correct or you don't make it to God. You missed a step. No, you missed a step. You could get an EIN without using the social security number. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do that. That's a made up story. No, you can't. You can't do that. No one can do that. No one can do that. That's impossible. You read that on the internet, but you never done it yourself. No, you've never done it. That's impossible. You're talking about made up nonsense fairy tales. Fairy tales don't help anyone. I'm at the top of the spiritual hierarchy. Ask a question, do it or don't, and then you die, and then you reincarnate and you don't go to God. You ask a question, I give you the answer. If you say no, you die, you reincarnate. That's all you. Don't listen. That's all you. You have free will. Die, right? Die and reincarnate. That's all you. Don't listen. Don't listen to the right answer. Don't. Think I'm not the guy. Think that, oh, he didn't win the game. What does he know? There's another way. Think that. Go ahead. Then you die, right? And then you reincarnate. That's your only option then. You didn't listen. You asked a question. You heard the truth. I explained it completely. So you could have another, you say, no, you're nobody. So you're not in the spiritual hierarchy. What you say doesn't matter, right? And so you think this, that, and the other thing. No, you can't create thoughts. They're sent to you by the devil. And so I'm telling you the truth. And so you could overcome those thoughts and do what I say, or there's no spiritual hierarchy. No one can get to God. That's what you're saying by this. You don't know. I don't know the right answer. Oh, I haven't proven I know. Okay. Off you go. You have free will. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go learn on your own. Have another million lifetimes. Go right ahead. There's no spiritual hierarchy. I'm not at the top. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Be smart. Let your ego do the talking. Go right ahead. Go ahead. That's your choice. You say and miss stuff. Go right ahead. Go take as many steps as you want and as many bodies as you need to. Step off as step along. No problem. No problem. Don't listen. That's free will. No one listens to me. Not really. Almost no one. Yeah, they don't. So you're going to die. You don't get eternal life. That's it. Your choice. All right. So on to more begging, right? This is a topic of begging. As so evil, right? EVIL, right? As I'm here in India, guiding people, right? This is where you need to go. This is what you need to do to get God realization, not reincarnate, not have your memory wiped, not do another millions and millions of lifetimes. This is what you do. As I do that, I pay, right? It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. The devil, right, is real, is our adversary. It's automatic. I have to pay in pain as struggle. I pay. The most recent video I posted, right? I got foreclosure notice, eviction notice on my door, right? I paid my rent like I have done for over 7 years. I paid it exactly the same way, right? I'm in a mobile home. I pay it the exact same way online through a portal. I pay, and the people say you didn't pay because they know I'm in India. They know I'm guiding people. The devil says give them a hard time, right? I sent him the photos right here. No, I paid. You got the money in your bank account from my credit card. What are you saying? I didn't pay. Like, no, we didn't get it. And so they go tape this to my door while my wife is there. She freaks out. She wants me home, right? The devil's like, oh, well, I'll get him out of India. I'll get him out of India. I'll do it through his wife. I'll make her freak out. I'll tape this to her door. She's been homeless just like I have, for real, not pretend homeless, real homeless, you know, just like I have. Let me tape it to the door. They also showed in that video, there's some 82-year-old guy. This is in 2020. They taped the same thing into his door. When the manager like come and taped it on his door, he took out a gun, put it to the manager's head, blew her brains out, and then he shot himself. That's a real story. That's what happened. So and you don't think that come up for my wife? What are you talking about? They're trying to mentally destroy me and my wife for me being in India, guiding you to get to God. That's real. That's what's happening right now at my home, because I'm trying to bring you home. I suffer for that. My wife suffers from that. My family suffers from bringing you, guiding you to God. That's real. That's not fake. That's real. I posted all the proof of it. You see, so they're trying to get me to not bring you to God, because one individual has God realization under the whole dome. One. No one else. One. I'm trying to get other souls for God. And the devil's like, if I get one more, that doubles the amount. That doubles how many? Come on, that's a huge number. Double? I get 100% more souls. If I get one, devil doesn't want to lose one soul. And let me tell you, all throughout India, I tell the people the truth. I'm not getting anybody from here. That's for sure. For sure. I'm not getting nobody from here. No way, no how. You see what I'm saying? No way. They're all asleep. No way, no how. So, anyway, I'm just showing you what my real suffering is as I'm doing this. That's just what I'm showing. So, begging, if I get any help, thank you. I did get help. I did get a donation from Alan. I was begging on that video, and I got help. Alan helped me. No one else, but he did. So this is a war for the hearts and minds. You see what I'm saying? And the devil's playing against my heart and mind. Me and Alan took a plane from one place in India to another. And we get on the plane. He's like, "Do you want the window seat?" I didn't have the window seat. I had the middle seat of 3 seats. He's like, "Do you want the window seat?" I was like, "If you want me to have the window seat, you want me to?" I was like, "I don't mind." He's like, "Yeah, you can." I was like, "Okay, I'll take the window seat." So what happens? I sit in a window seat, he sits here, and who sits next to him instead of me? The devil sat next to him, dressed in all black, huge calluses on the end of his fingertips, right? The devil's a musician, plays all the music, right? Plays a tune, the Pied Piper up in here, dressed all in black, all these tattoos on him, but the long hair. That's the devil. Sat right next to him on the plane, right? And then after we get off the plane, I was like, he's like, "Did you see his fingertips?" I'm like, "You sat next to the devil. You sat in my seat. My shadow was right next to me." So then we fly again to another place, you know, maybe it was last night. Last night, I think. Last night. Every seat on the plane taken. Every seat on the plane taken except what? I explained the devil is gonna, he's like, "You want the window seat?" I was like, "Well, I'll take the window seat. Hey, you talk to the devil if the devil shows up." Hey, he's like, "Okay." One empty seat on the whole plane, right in that seat where the devil sat before. Devil's like, "Oh, I ain't gonna make it that easy," because he didn't say nothing before to the devil, right? Did get no offer, didn't say nothing. So now it's like it's on. So the devil didn't show up. I'm like, "Where's?" I was like to the stewardess, I was like, "Hold on a second, Lucifer's not here. This Lucifer's seat. Just hold the play for a second. Let's see if the devil's gonna show up." Stewardess is like, "What?" Why, you don't think the devil sits right next to you? What are you talking about? Of course the devil sits right next to me. I cast a shadow in here. I'm the avatar. I'm the living Christ. Devil sits right next to me. Oh, whoop, here comes the soul. Let me, hey, easy, easy, easy. You don't want to talk to this guy. Hey, easy, easy. Reality, reality. That's reality. That's the reality of the situation. Let me read what you say here. Blue shoes. No one say you're a nobody. No, yeah. I've been a nobody. I've been outside of this body. I've had no body, and then I've been put back in. You should say I'm a nobody. I have been a nobody. I've had no body. This body isn't me. You should say you're a nobody. And that's true. I am a nobody. I'm not returning in a body. I am a nobody. I'm not going to come back in a body. I am a nobody. God said I'm a nobody. Just because you say, uh, no one say you're nobody. Just because you're saying I'm not a nobody, doesn't matter what you say. It only matters what God says. God chooses where people go, not you. Exactly. Exactly. God chose me to be at the top of the spiritual hierarchy. God chose. And if you can't see that, well, that's all you. You die, you reincarnate. That's it. So you're saying no one can achieve God realization. That's what you're saying. You're saying I don't have proof. That's on you. Yeah. Who has an ego? Not me. I got proof. You say I have an ego, you die. That's it. That's what all the Satanists say to me. This is what everyone says to me. Oh, you have an ego. No, I have proof. I have proof. I've been going to the death for people for over a decade. I have proof. You have nothing. You don't have nothing but nuh-uh. That's what you have. You have nuh-uh. That's what you have. That's your argument. Nuh-uh. That's your entire argument, by the way, is nuh-uh. Stick with it. We got free will. Stay with your nuh-uh. And off you go to hell. A, you die. A, you reincarnate. It's not on me. It's God's game. It's on God. God's to blame for that. But, you got free will. So aren't you a part of it too? Whoops. Yeah, this is what all the people at India say. This is what all the people say to me. You have an ego, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Nope. I got proof. Proof upper, shut up. Been living it over a decade. I'm the one begging. I'm the one helping people. I'm the one with proof. You don't even have your real name on this YouTube account. That's how scared you are. That's how much of a coward you are, right? Cowards say a lot of stuff. Nuh-uh. And so you die. Pamela Powell, you're wrong, Bushes. John is the only one alive who has the ability to decide who makes it to God. You have the ego, not trying exactly. He's the only one alive who doesn't have the ego. Listen and learn. See, she supports it. She typed out her words. So those are actions. Fingers moving and typing words are actions. She's agreeing that there's a spiritual hierarchy I'm at the top of it. So that improves her vessel, that prepares her to become one with God on her pilgrimage. That prepares her. She makes her choice. She has free will. She's making the right choice. You're making the opposite choice. And so you say, oh, he has an ego. He can't help me get to God. He's lying, right? I'm just a liar. Uh-huh. Okay. Those are the two options. There they are right there. Those are the only two options. Nuh-uh, right? That's your action. Don't listen to him, right? You ask a question, I answer the question, and now you're going to say, nuh-uh, you're not going to do it. That's fine. You die, and you'll go to hell. And if I say you're apostate, and I can, then you'll never come to God in this lifetime, no matter what your actions do. But I'm going to hold that back for now. Only Javier Venegas has that singular title of apostate. I've only given it to one individual so far. You're not even worthy of that. Blue Shoes, you're not even worthy of me making that apostate choice on you. You're absolutely nothing in here. You see, you're saying what all the hive says. You're not even worthy of me giving you the apostate stamp. Nobody, right? I'm the nobody. I'm not coming back in a body. You're somebody. You're many. Let me call you many bodies. Million bodies. Let's call you million bodies. Have a million bodies. John can't lie. Exactly. He could only tell you the truth. Exactly. Jesus Christ is the intermediary. Jesus Christ is the intermediary. Where is he? You're saying there's no spiritual hierarchy, right? He doesn't create one. There were never apostles, right? Jesus didn't go, oh, I'm going to have these apostles. That story didn't have any relevance to anyone. The New Testament, so you're saying the New Testament is bullshit. That's what you just said by that statement, right? Acts 5 is just absolute bullshit. It has no meaning. That's what you say. There is no spiritual hierarchy. The story of the apostles has no meaning, right? The Bible's a lie. Again, that's your choice. That's your choice. How do you have proof of who you are? No one makes it to God but you. How do I not have proof? I have a decade of proof. What? Who's gone to the death? Who has died with proof? Who has risen from the dead with proof? I have, right? Did it Facebook memorialize me? Wasn't I dead? Right? Wasn't I dead? Didn't I do 15 court cases on Facebook? Battle to the death, cage match. Here's the date and time. Come to court. and see if they kill me and cage me. That's me. I got the proof. I could just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about my proof, right? I could go on for days, but that would be egotistical because it's all posted. I already lived it. Yeah, that's how you have proof. First commandment, love God. Done it, right? To the death over and over and over and over. And then second, love your brothers and sisters. What does that mean? Show the proof, right? Not just say what I'm saying, but show the proof. I have the proof. You don't want to investigate, that's on you, right? That's your choice. There is no spiritual hierarchy. The New Testament is bullshit. That's your argument, right? Proof doesn't matter. The New Testament is bullshit. That's your argument. That's your argument, Blue Shoes. That's your argument. So you go with your argument. Go with your argument to God. You've already come to God. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How'd you do that? How did you do that? What did you do? This is such a coward that doesn't have their real name on YouTube, right? Isn't showing any proof of doing anything to help their brothers and sisters, right? Total coward. Absolutely. See, if you love God, you have no fear. This is a total coward with a fake name on their account, right? You're labeling yourself literally with the name of your account as a coward. You have chosen to label yourself as a coward. You're a coward. And here's the label that you place on your own forehead. I'm a coward. I can't put my real name on here because click, I'm a coward. You already labeled yourself as a coward. You haven't gone to God. You haven't helped your brothers and sisters. You have no proof of anything. You labeled yourself, I'm a coward. And you labeled yourself for all of us to see that you're a coward. So we see you're a coward. And you see that you're throwing out the New Testament and there can't be a spiritual hierarchy and proof doesn't matter, right? You serve the devil. Period. You're a devil worshiper. There's always a demon up in here, a demon infested piece of shit like you. And there's always one in here. The devil, my shadow is always in here. Always. Noah said yeah, you did say the New Testament is bullshit. You say there's no spiritual hierarchy. You're saying someone with proof, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Proof doesn't matter. You're saying that's all bullshit. You're saying the New Testament story is bullshit by saying my proof doesn't matter. Sure, that's exactly what you just said. Coward without your name on the account. 100%. That's exactly what you're saying in here right now. Yeah. Okay. You made your choice, and other people can make their choice. What you say, it doesn't matter. No one's listening to you. You're so much of a coward, you don't have your name on your account. Oh my God, right? It's really sad. Why do you say you're the only one who brings people to God? I'm the only one who's made it so far, so I'm the only one that can bring them so far. Someone else could like do what needs to get done and have God realization, then they could help other people, but nobody has done it yet. That's why. Again, I answer your question. You have good questions. You just can't listen to the answer. I'm never wrong. How do you like that? I'm never wrong. Sucks for you, right? Sucks for you, coward with blue shoes, huh? I'm talking to, oh, this must be, who's this? Blue suede shoes person, right? Is this Elvis? Am I talking to Elvis and the demon that inhabited Elvis? Are you Elvis? You put your own words in your fake character name account, and let's just get right to the bottom of it. You have no proof you have a body right now, right? You're probably just a demon in the ether. You don't have a name, right? So probably, most likely, you're just a demon, has no body. I get a lot of them, and every time I go live, demons with no body, no proof they're even in a body. You don't even have any proof of that, let alone any actions are coming to God. You have no proof you're even in a body. Oh my God. So easy. And anyway, as a demon, thanks for coming in here. I appreciate that because people that are watching, trying to get to God, have to see that demons are real, evil is real, right? And this is the devil is our adversary in this God in this game that God gave us an adversary. We have to win a game, and this is our adversary. And there are all these demons working for the devil. And here's one right here. You spend your days insulting people. No, I spend my days telling the truth. I'm not insulting people. You have no proof you're one of the people. You only have proof you're a demon and a coward, and you're preaching against the spiritual hierarchy, saying I don't have proof, and you say the New Testament is bullshit by what you're saying. That's so far. That's the only proof you have of anything. That you're a demon, have no body, you're a coward, won't put your name on the account. That's all you have so far. We can see you, and that's what everyone that's with the truth, that's what they see. Here comes another demon. When this guy goes live, there's always a demon in here. Always, 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 always. If you watch my videos, you would see a demon is always in here. How does that not prove who I am? Come on. And it's always the same, like, really not intelligent response, right? It's always, "Nuh-uh." "Nuh-uh, I'm God." "Nuh-uh, I am." The coward with no name on their account. "No, that's me. No, I am." "No, you're not. You know, me." It's literally the same thing every single time the demons come in here. Always the same, exactly the same script, right? They don't have any intelligence at all. None. Zero. Pamela, you're confusing insulting with truth. Exactly. They're not confusing it. They're just following the script so that the people that are actually coming to God to see this script, they can choose, oh, let's choose this script or we'll choose the truth. Which one do you think brings you to God? The truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. That's it. John definitely baptizes, but Jesus is the intermediary. He will always be. Yeah, well, he's the one that comes on Judgment Day and judges, okay, who listened to my saints? Who listened? Who listened? You did it. You go to hell, off you go, and then you burn, and then you get placed in another body, and that's it. Right. He's coming. 9/11, 2033, same time, every time, right? On Judgment Day, and there he comes. Here's Jesus Christ. And it'd be like, hey, blue shoes two. Steph Fred center. Everyone who's with God, let's watch as I murder this one and send him to hell. Let's watch. You earned watching. Off you go. Right? Burn him to ash, send him to hell. And I'm like, love you, Jesus Christ. Thank you for coming. Hooray. Thanks for playing thanks for handling the game fairly. Right? Yay. Right? God is fair. Yay. You never said doesn't John doesn't baptize. Who cares? No one asked you about baptism or brought it up. Didn't even bring it up. Didn't bring that up. He certainly does, but Jesus is always, yeah, you keep saying that. You keep saying that. So you're saying, okay, let's keep going with Jesus is the intermediary. So you're saying only if Jesus Christ here is in a body, right? Jesus Christ, the no one in a body can help anyone. There is no spiritual hierarchy. Only if Jesus Christ, the only one, is the only intermediary, period, right? Has to be physically in a body, or else no one can advance spiritually during this whole game. It never happens. Never happens. Okay, Jesus Christ is the only intermediary. You won't say Jesus Christ, you only say Jesus. So let's just say Jesus, right? Because you're not saying Jesus Christ, right? Because you're a demon. So Jesus could come along and help people. Oh, okay. You think? All right, that's your opinion. Go with that. Only if Jesus is here in a body can that be the only one in any spiritual hierarchy. That's the only intermediary. There are no saints. The Bible, again, this is what you're saying. The New Testament is bullshit. There are no saints. Again, that's your same argument, right? Jesus Christ, there are no saints, right? They can't be an intermediary. No one can work for God. Only Jesus Christ can, and that's it. That's your argument. Yeah. You're saying Jesus Christ is the only intermediary, saints don't exist, right? No one can raise, right? Their spiritual consciousness, God realization, Christ consciousness, not possible for anyone, only for Jesus Christ. That's the only intermediary. That means, since everyone's here in a body, Jesus Christ has to be in a body here. It's the only intermediary that can be in a body no one else can be. We understand what you said. We get it. You just say a $50 donation. Okay, I'm telling you that you have work to do also. Now, yeah, I do have work to do. I'm still here trying to get people to the truth, but you're not listening. You're not listening. Yeah, I'm still in a body because God put me in here at the top of the spiritual hierarchy to help people and suffer for the people here, right? Because I got to listen to this bullshit all day long, everywhere I go, everywhere. Right? No one is at the top of the spiritual hierarchy, and it's not you. Okay, no one is. There are no saints, there are no prophets. Got it. That's your decision. That's your free will. You will die. You will go to hell for saying that. You're preaching against God. So I just say, well, okay, that's your choice, right? You die. You go to hell. You get to reincarnate. You didn't listen. That's the outcome of your decision. Or let's look at the other one. Let's look at the correct choice. People oppose, like, okay, this guy has proof of the truth. I did what he said. This is what happened, right? Right? Her husband is alive because I said, say the name Jesus Christ and sign with Jesus Christ. Literally, her husband is alive because she listened to me. Is alive, not dead. For sure, told by the doctors he's going to be dead. But I'm not at spiritual hierarchy. No, her husband's life is saved, right? But you have, I can't even put my real name on the account. You're just a liar. New Testament's bullshit. Saints and prophets are real. Jesus Christ is the only reality we have. There's no one in a spiritual hierarchy. That's what you're saying. Okay. No one's listening to you in here. Okay. The demons say the same exact thing, no change in the script every single time. And you got no proof of your name on the account, right? Or that you helped anyone. How many people you brought has saved their life, right? What miracles have you done, right? None. Oh, look who's growing up a little bit here. The demon infested, right? Nuh-uh. Jesus Christ is the only intermediate. Oh, okay. You changed your tune already, right? I changed my tune. Wa-da-da. Great. Yeah, they're saved. So, but you're not the only one. Uh-huh. Who is? You have proof, right? Who else has proof they're a saint? Who? Write their name down if that's true. Right? You made a claim, type their name out. Lying against a saint, right? With no proof, you die, you go to hell. Type their name out. And don't come to this videos anymore. Go to that saint, right? Don't come to this saint anymore. You say there's another saint, so go to that saint. Don't come to me no more. Right. So go to that saint. You say there's another saint, go to that saint. Don't come here no more. Don't come here. Don't come here. Don't donate. Don't do nothing. Don't come here. Go to that saint. You say there are other saints, so go there. Don't come here. No one wants to listen to you lie. I don't want to listen to you. Right? I'm not going to help you. You're lying. You're preaching against what I'm saying, which is the truth. So go to that saint. You say there are other saints, go to that one. Don't come here. Go over there. Off you go. Go. Go ahead. Go to that saint. You can't even name one. You can't even name yourself. That's how scared you are. You're preaching for God. Okay. Your preaching was there are other saints. That's what you just preached. You said there are other saints. You can't name one. You didn't name one. So your preaching is what? A lie. It's a lie. You just lied. There are other saints. Who are they? You didn't type out a name. So that's lying. Who's the one with the ego? There are other saints. You don't have no proof of that. You don't have any proof. Saints can do miracles. Right. Like get out of taxes and get out of death. Get out of death and taxes. You don't call them miracles? Because no one gets out of death and taxes. So they're not miracles. They're not practical miracles. They're not miracles. They're not miracles. They're not miracles. Getting out of death and taxes aren't miracles. Oh, what's a better miracle than getting out of death and taxes? You're so smart. What's a better miracle than getting out of death and taxes? Go ahead and write it down. A better miracle is, go ahead and write it down. Getting out of death and taxes, that's not good miracles. Write down another better miracle. Write down another miracle another saint has done. There are other saints, they done miracles. They're better than getting people out of death and taxes. Go ahead and write down what they are. Write it down. This is another saint, and these are the miracles they could perform. Go ahead and put the link up of the video of their miracle. Go ahead and put it up. You made a claim, so go ahead and post the proof. Right? Proof up or shut up. That's the yardstick everyone has to use to get to God because everyone's lying. Right? Everyone's lying. I got proof. Everyone else is lying. So that's always the yardstick. Oh, there are other saints. Who are they? Where their miracles. Others that do my work. Oh, so now you're saying there's a spiritual hierarchy. Now you're saying I brought somebody to God with my work. Really? You see, because Dee don't even have a testimonial up here. I said, hey, you need to do a testimonial. Where's your testimonial? I'm trying to bring her to be a saint. She ain't made it yet. Now she ain't made it yet. She could if she done a testimonial, but she ain't made it yet. Where's your testimonial? She's not helping her brothers and sisters yet. She can. There's time left. She can. She could do that. She can. She could still make that choice, and God is keeping her alive until she makes that choice. And I've told her straight up. I'm telling you too. That's how she could become a saint. She ain't done it yet. There are other saints, of course there are. Who are they and where are their miracles if there are other saints? It's a simple question. You made a claim. There are other saints. So go ahead. This is who they are. And here's the proof of their miracles. Oops. You say Dee is. Where's your testimony? Where's your proof? You see what I'm saying? Whoops. Oops. Oh, fell down on the way to God and died. Proof up or shut up. That's it, right? Keep talking. And what? How's hell going to go for you? How's hell going to go for you? How's your death going to go? How? I tried to be very clear at the beginning of this on Acts 5. I was very clear. Don't do that, right? But there's free will. And here you are off of free will land, deciding to die and deciding to go to hell. I can't do nothing about that. I can't do anything about that. I can't operate your body, your mind. I'm not your free will. You have free will. That's your free will. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. So how many people have I bringing to God? Almost no one. You see what I'm saying? Everyone else dies. They go to hell and they reincarnate, get another body, play the game again. So my real job is what? Killing everyone and sending them all to hell. Except for what? Maybe a handful. That's it. Maybe 2 handfuls. That's it. No one else. Because it's always "Nuh-uh." That's your ego talking. "Nuh-uh, they're saints." Who are they? Oh, whoops. You made a claim. So making a claim with no proof is another word for that is lying. To get rid of taxes, you need articles of Messiah. Go ahead and post your proof. Go ahead and post your proof. My God. All right. I do this and I continue this for a certain amount of time, right? I've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes now. Why am I doing this? Why am I seemingly debating with a demon. Why? To show other people what they have to do up here to win the game, right? I'm suffering. I'm sitting here telling you the same thing to every single demon that comes in here every week after week. Demons, talking with demons, talking with demons, talking with demons. Like I love to do that. What? Who likes to talk with demons? Nobody. But I'm doing this. Why? For the very few people like Pamela Poe that posted that, so she gets even more sure of what she needs to do to come to God. That's it. I'm doing it for her, right? That's who I work for. My brothers and sisters who are coming to God, period. No one else. Because you're not going to listen, right? Cower with no name on your cow. You're not going to listen. Why would I baptize you? I'm not going to be baptizing no one. I'm not going to be baptizing no one. No one's worthy of me baptizing them. I'm not going to be doing that. You're not. You're not. I won't be baptizing nobody until the end of time. Why would I do that? No one's worthy. No one's got proof I should be doing that. I ain't gonna be doing that. What? Everyone had their everyone had their opportunity to come on pilgrimage. 6 people got that opportunity. They got baptized. The rest of everybody could burn and go to hell. Off you go. Thank you. Love listening to you. Your truth. Exactly. I have to show you the game so that you can win it, Pamela. And thanks for your support. As thanks for what? Supporting God and choosing God and the truth. That's what you're doing. In my book, what book is that? Name what the name of your book is. I think they are shades too. No one cares about your book. You ain't got no proof or no name or nothing. No one cares. No one cares what you think. Proof matters. They're not saints yet. They're not. She didn't come on pilgrimage. She didn't do a testimonial. She didn't do it. She's not a saint. It didn't happen because she didn't listen to me. Nope. Sadly, she done all that work, but didn't listen and didn't take those extra steps that I told her to do. So, no. I said people that sign the trust and they don't come on pilgrimage and they don't listen to me, the best they could do is go to heaven. I didn't say they automatically go to heaven. No way. No way, no how, no way, no how. Don't work like that. Their actions then matter. Yeah, you consider that a saint, but you're not in the spiritual hierarchy. It don't matter to what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter at all. None of that matters. What you think doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Yeah, you ain't done nothing. Your proof up or shut up. Your actions are proof, or else shut up. Or if you keep talking, and that, by the way, that's me trying to help you. Post your proof or shut up is me trying to help you so you don't die and get sent to hell. I'm trying to help you, but you don't want help. You want hell, not help. And so you will be given death and hell as per your choices, as per your typing. You will receive death. You will go to hell. Off you go. And so that's enough talking with D-Biz for this week. I'll be there next week. If anyone donates this week, I'm begging. And I brought up how to beg and how to prepare your body for God to come in it, how to live the new life, how to get rid of the ego. I know that some people listen. So let me say a prayer for everyone in here in the name of Jesus Christ. The devil works for Jesus Christ. The devil is part of the spiritual hierarchy as our adversary. I have sympathy for the devil, but you don't listen to the devil. Obviously, you listen to the top of the spiritual hierarchy, which I am. All right. Yeah, Blue Shoes. The only reason I listen to what you type is to help others, but you're boring. So I'm not listening no more. I'm not reading. So everyone, God bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the help. Keep coming to God. Keep preparing yourself if you're coming on the pilgrimage by considering what I said about begging and doing some of that. It'll help you. The ego will go, and you have a better opportunity to see God when you're on pilgrimage. That's what I'm trying to help you with. Okay. God bless you all. Have a great Sunday.